How much are eggs this week at Penn Fruit and Dale's? Only 49 cents a dozen for great eggs.
I'm in here. Hi, I'm Neil Zerker, here to help you increase your vacation smiles per gallon. All you need is a little direction.
Know what's in this barrel? A bunch of glass.
Isn't it a beauty? You've heard the expression, he can't walk and chew gum at the same time. Well, you know, these sorts of things are very crucial to an actor in a commercial. He's got to hold the product, he's got to walk and talk and do all that stuff perfectly for the sponsor.
You know, I got my training on the subject early in my career. You know that I was a pitchman on the boardwalk in Atlantic City, and I used to sell those famous slicing gadgets that would peel, slice, dice, do the whole thing, and I had to make the French fries while I was making my pitch, all at the same time.
I've heard you do that. Can you give us a little taste of the pitch?
Well, you know, it's hard to imagine. I guess the audience can. I don't have the gadget here, but it was a slicer that could be adjusted. The blade was adjustable, and we'd start off the pitch early, and we have things like this. Forget about the $2 that were made for itself. We're cutting the price in half to $1. I don't blame you, madam. Keep your hand up high. Look at this. You can adjust this blade, put it down so slit. Now, look at this. Did you ever see a lady slice a tomato? Lady takes the tomato and plunges at it with a butcher knife. The poor tomato has a hemorrhage before we get to the table. Look at this. You can slice the tomato so thin. Look at how thin that is. You can read a newspaper through it. I know a lady in Bayonne, New Jersey, had one tomato last her all summer long.
You know, but when handling props and doing the product lines, all of that, take after take after take, it can be a little frustrating. Now, you don't have to take my word for it. We asked an expert, football superstar Mean Joe Green. We asked him what it was like working with a prop like soda.
Truth in advertising, used the product, and I felt guilty not drinking all of the Coke. And I found out later that it's standard procedure when food is involved on a set, with a product, that you can dispose of it, and that's the way it is.
Okay, you can have it.
And after about a half dozen or so 16-ounce Cokes, it became a necessity that I dispose of it, because every time I opened my mouth, I was burping and I was making constant trips to the men's room. Hey, kid. It was a long ordeal. We had a lot of fun doing it.
Thank you, Joe. Now, here's the king of the road, Roger Miller, riding the rails for American Express.
To apply for the card, look for an application and take one.
American Express. Do you know me? I wrote the King of the Road, but I didn't become one until I got the American Express card, and wherever that son of a is, it's going.
Computers have always scared me. I grew up believing that only scientists and engineers could understand them. Then I started to work with Apple personal computers, and I learned how easy it is to use one. Could do sales charts and graphs and general forecasting and bookkeeping and weather reports and all sorts of sexual encounters that you may want to program for later generations. And I'm just going to keep on going here. This is an Apple II. And this is an Apple also. If you do your business planning with pencil, paper... If you do your business planning with pencil, paper, and calculatum... If you do your business planning with pencil, paper, and papal pencils, are popular in the Vatican. I've always hated computers.
Love it. All right. This next one is a classic. Do you remember in the old days when people used to put, what was that, plastic stuff on
Oh,
the
yeah, I
thing?
hated that.
Yeah, you take it off when the company came over. When we were in Philadelphia, you ever work with a man named Larry Brown?
Oh, sure, many times, yeah.
Larry Brown did 9 million commercials, but this is one that didn't work the way he planned it. Take a look.
Now, if this is a familiar sight to you, then you haven't been paying attention. Shame on you. Stop hiding your furniture with old bedspreads.
You know, many times in commercials, things are planned to go wrong for comedic effect, like in this commercial starring Phyllis Diller. Now, as a gag, the mirror behind her is supposed to crack, and she is supposed to be prepared for it. Well, she is almost prepared for it.
Great chicken, no bones about it. Oh!
But when I made this commercial, I knew that the mirror was going to break. But about the first 3 times, the mirror didn't break. So I sort of relaxed all my preparation, and when it did break, it really sent me. And my first thought was, why would Ella Fitzgerald hit that note in here?
Oh, now, here's a commercial sent to us from Great Bend, Kansas. Now, the spokesman's name is Rich Ronald. Now, he is the assistant news director at the station, but you got to remember, Rich was handed this copy only minutes before they taped it.
This year, give Dad something practical. Give him fine clothing. I blew that. This year, give Dad... Give him what? This year, give Dad something practical, something he can really use. Fine clothing from Guns. Clothes he'll be proud to wear year in, year out. So give Dad the gift of lasting quality from Guns, where quality is a tradition.
A bad day. The well-known comedian Art Matrano is no stranger to commercials. He's done a lot of them.
I'm sorry I screwed up. In doing the comedy bit, it was simple because I had all these different props and all these different things, and I could really be free with it. In the commercial, you're confined to doing the commercial, hitting your mark and showing your card and doing everything. And in doing this, you get a little screwed up, and you seem to make a lot of mistakes. And that's why commercials are really fun, because you have a chance to do it over and over and over again.
Here's Art in a coffee commercial having trouble with that. I think it's a cockatoo.
Listen, get back up on the thing. We need a trainer here. It was a cockatoo, and I realize now why they call it a cockatoo, because this particular cockatoo went twice on my suit. And we only had 2 suits, and we had to keep cleaning my suit off, and it was really funny, you know, the bird would just drop, you know, it'd come on your hat, and just, hey, birds, you know.
We in Brazil are very happy to announce Hills Brothers' new instant coffee. It's a blend of 100% pure... We in Brazil are very happy to announce new Hills Burn kind of.
Dick, Ed, it's time I have to leave now, and I'd like to leave you with my famous song of da 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 da.
Well, sir, that's about the halfway mark. You think we can get any more?
Oh, we have an abundance. How fortuitous for the show.
We'll be back with Art Linkletter, Bill Cosby, O.J. Simpson, and Arnold Palmer.
Mr. McMahon.
Yes, sir.
Has this ever happened to you? You go into the studio, the director comes out and says, are you ready for the commercial? You say, yes. He says, all I want you to do is read it in 10 seconds, and he hands you 30 seconds worth of content.
Oh, that happens all the time, but I happen to be kind of an expert at that.
Yes, I have heard that. You know everything there is about it. Would you be willing to take a little test?
I'd be delighted.
Yeah, well, I just so happen to have brought along some copy. Oh, by the way, have you ever seen the Federal Express commercial where the guy rips through an...
Oh, sure. Oh, I love that one.
Good friend of mine. I called him and I said, please send over the copy. Mr. McMahon, are you ready, folks? This is what he's going to do. I promise you he's never seen it before. You ready?
Yes.
10 seconds.
Okay.
You think you fool. Ready?
Hut. Gene, how's the wife? How's the kids? How's the weather? How about your Yankee? I got a proposal. I think you're perfect. Why do you proceed to point out and after me? I have a sister duplicate, collate, translate, telegraph, and reciprocate, reiterate. I'm there.
Nice try, great
Did I use the word expert?
See, really, it's nothing to it. You don't get the job.
Wait a minute. To make this fair, I ought to do that for you. How would you like to... Wait, no, come on. Hey, make this fair. You've never seen this either.
All right, I heard you do it, and I didn't understand a word.
All right.
So are you ready?
Now, you think this is a breeze?
I get 10
we
seconds.
We have a paramedic standing by in case you get your tongue caught up. Okay, you ready?
All right, okay.
Go.
Hi, Gene. How's the wife? How's the kids? How's the weather? What's that? How about the Yankees? As I got your proposal, I think it's a perfect way to proceed to the point at 10:30 p.m. Would you be, come on, and insist that certificated collated trans... come on. Very good. Who needs all those words in anything?
I need all those words.
John Machida. John, how are you?
Valiant effort.
Is this the actual copy, really?
It's pretty close, Actually, it's only about a third of it, but...
Show the expert, will you? All right, here you go.
Hi, Gene. Has the wife, how's the kids, how's the weather? How about those Yankees? I just got the proposal. I think the perfect way to proceed at this point, 10:30 a.m. would be formatted by system, duplicated, collated, translated, telegraphed, reciprocated, reiterated. Then I think with all due haste, my system should tabulate, word process it, index it, cross-reference it, computerize it, make sure that every man, woman, child in the United States gets a copy. How did I think we should run with it, move forward with it, make a big move with it, hit the streets with it, put everything we've got into it?
Oh, I don't believe it. Thank you so much. You're terrific. Mr. John Machida Jr. Don't believe it.
Yes.
Fine actor. You know, talking about fine actors, there are a lot of fine actors working in commercials.
And fine directors and writers, too. You know, our research staff did a study. Would you believe there are 19,650 commercials just in prime time alone on the 3 networks?
That doesn't include daytime, late night, 756 local television stations, radio stations. I mean, a lot of radio
In other words, a lot of words are written for commercials each year.
And no wonder the actors occasionally blow a line. A reminder, it's a hot summer day.
Everyone enjoys the cool taste of ice cream on these cold winter nights.
I can't tell you how delighted I was to hear about this brand new snack, Snappy Apples. They're a blessing in disguise. Cinnamon-flavored apple chips. Made from...
Okay, look at it. Okay, action.
We'll have to get a truck, Ed.
Ed, I think...
Ed!
No, don't interrupt me. Listen to me. Ed, I think we'll have to get a truck.
Ed! We'll have to get a truck. I think.
Now, here are Art Linkletter and 2 friends who sort of get their facts mixed up.
Jewelry style in 22-karat gold. This paper made is actually a beautiful piece of jewelry that Mom will be proud to carry in her purse for every purpose. Gift package and only $5.
And every mother would like to have this paper made, that's not right. And here's something every mother would like to have in her home. It's the smartly styled paper-made desk set. This desk set can't get messy or dry out. 2 extra refills in the back give you over a year's writing. And only $2.95 with a free gift box.
$4.95.
Oh, and only $4.95 with a free gift box.
The company the whole damn year's salary.
Thank you, Art. Now, here's one of America's best-loved funny people trying to get through one of his famous commercials.
Bill Cosby at Tucker Inn.
We heard about your great new dessert.
Yeah! You mean pudding in a cloud?
Yes.
Made with Cool Whip and Jell-O instant pudding. You get 2 delicious tastes in every spoonful.
Well, is it hard to make?
No. Swirl in good,
Don't worry about it.
swirl in. Swirl in fresh tasting Cool Whip and spoon in luscious Jell-O instant pudding.
Yeah. 2 delicious tastes in every spoonful.
Pudding in a cloud. Did I spit on you?
No, dear.
You know, famous athletes are very popular in commercials. That's because they're smooth, coordinated, sure of themselves. Now, here are O.J. Simpson and Arnold Palmer, not quite so sure of themselves.
How's the veal, Arnie?
You're on the road, you take your chances, O.J.
Not always.
Would you like to try some?
Oh, no. I like things I can trust.
Like your Waldorf salad.
No one like Hertz. No matter where you are, Hertz will do something. I can't remember what the other was. How's the veal, Arnie?
You're on the road, you're...
At least with Hertz, no matter where you are, you always know what you're gonna get. Like clean, courteous service, a fast automobile, gets me out of here. At least with Hertz, no matter where you are, you always know what you're gonna get. Clean, fast service, a clean, fast car.
You know, an awful lot of famous actors and actresses got their start in commercials. Now, there's a very talented lady, Terry Garr. She's one of them. I remember way back in the 60s. We had a show called Where the Action Is, and did she cause a fury? She was one of the first girls on television to expose her navel. Oh.
Frankie Avalon?
Yes?
Telegram.
Thank you.
Mush.
She went on to star in such movies as Oh God, Close Encounters, Black Stallion, One from the Heart, and the big box office hit Mr. Mom. Well, here's the early commercial side of Terry Garr.
Arriba, arriba! I'm so happy because Hills Brothers now has... I'm sorry. I'm so happy because now Hills Brothers... Sorry. Now that's real coffee. Hills Brothers' new instant. Now that's real coffee. Hills Brothers' new instant. At last, pardon me. Reba. I'm terribly sorry. I'm so happy.
Now, the man with the big eyes here is Artie Johnson.
What do you think of that?
What a great idea. We'll take the Chancellor's trip to Antipico Casambo.
Right now, there's a wonderful free trial offer at your Luster Cream dealers for a limited time only. You get a free bottle of Hollywood's favorite Luster Cream shampoo in new lotion form in this special package. It includes the regular 60-cent size, which you buy. You get a regular
You're so right, Mrs. Wilkinson. You know, there's nothing like Fab for really white, really clean clothes. Because only Fab has so much active dirt remover, more active dirt remover, plus 2 of the fabulousest, yeah.
Dutch cabin you're rented.
You're not out here saying, please don't squeeze the Charmin.
Nobody ever listened. Shop regularly, save more, all during 71 at A&P.
Delicate inside, juicy.
Excuse me. Don't report me.
Let's pick it up. Here we go. We're still rolling. Ready?
Mrs. Brady swears.
Now, the announcer in this one, Ed, is a very versatile guy, Jim McCrell. He is a pro. He's done hundreds of these kinds of spots, but here's another prime example of too many words, not enough tongues.
Or win the works at TWA trip for 2-2.
Wisconsin!
Wrong, Frankfurt, Germany for 5 nights at the Mainz Hilton Hotel.
Wonderful.
With over $500,000 cash and prizes available. Win the works at TWA trip for 2-2.
Wisconsin!
Wrong, Frankfurt, Germany for 5 nights at the Mainz Hilton Hotel.
Wonderful.
With over $500,000 cash and prizes, don't be... Or win the works at TWA trip for 2-2.
Wisconsin!
Wrong, Frankfurt, Germany for 5 nights at the Mainz Hilton Hotel.
Wonderful.
With over $500,000 cash and food prices, don't walk and wish. Just stand here like an idiot. Or win the works at TWA trip for 2-2.
Wisconsin!
Wrong, Frankfurt, Germany for 5 nights at the Mainz Hilton Hotel.
Wonderful.
With over $500,000 cash and food prices, don't wait and wish. Walk, wiggle, or wing your way into Wiener Schnitzel, where you can win with Weldon right now.
Wonderful.
Oh, the dumb said right.
I've been down that street.
Haven't we all? Ed and I'll return with some commercial bloopers from the golden good old days of live television.
And some classics from my friend, what's his name?
What's Johnny Carson?
Oh, yes. Right after this message, so stay tuned.
What's his name?
Coming up next, the commercial bloopers of Art James and Johnny Carson.